video, we'll be doing a camera comparison of this new Honor 9N with the Redmi Note 5 Pro. And you might be thinking I'm nuts. The thing is that I unboxed this Honor 9N just a few days back, and when I took some sample shots with this one, the camera performance was actually pretty surprising. In fact, it is much improved to the Honor 7X and other Honor phones in the budget range. So I decided why not actually test it out and see how well it does when we compare it side by side with the Redmi Note 5 Pro. And I'll show you all the samples side by side. But before that, let me quickly give you a physical overview of these devices. So before I show you the camera comparison, here are both the devices, and in terms of looks, I would say this Honor 9N looks a little bit more modern because of that notch design. And yes, it also has that glass back, which actually feels a little bit more premium. In fact, in terms of looks, the Honor 9N is more close to the Honor 10, which is a very expensive device. So definitely in terms of looks, this looks a lot more premium because of this glass back. And yes, notch is a personal preference. I would say some people like it, some people don't. Whereas this looks very industrial, this metallic back you get on this, and this is how it looks. So yeah, this one comes in the screen aspect ratio 18:9. This one has that modern 19:9 screen aspect ratio. So that's what it is. Now let me actually show you the sample shots side by side so that you can decide which one is doing a better job. So here are the pictures side by side, and I have taken these pictures in full auto mode. And one thing I noticed immediately is that the Honor 9 pictures are a little bit more brighter in this environment. As you can see, I zoomed up in this picture, and yes, the Honor 9N picture is a lot more vibrant, I would say brighter, but the contrast I feel on the Redmi Note 5 Pro was better. For this picture, I took the picture of sky. It was a very overcast, cloudy day, and here the Honor actually does a lot better in terms of color accuracy. It was a very overcast and cloudy day, and the colors are more accurate on the Honor compared to the Redmi Note 5 Pro. On the Redmi Note 5 Pro, it doesn't look like a very overcast day. In this picture, I would say I would pick the Honor 9N. The colors are just more vibrant and pleasing compared to the Redmi Note 5 Pro. Here, I would give the vote to the Redmi Note 5 Pro. Overall exposure was done better on the Redmi Note 5 Pro in my opinion. You notice that slight color difference between both the devices. Again, I'll let you judge which one do you think is better in this picture. Both did a good job in this picture, but the picture is slightly more saturated with some punchy colors on the Honor 9N compared to the Redmi Note 5 Pro. Now moving to human subjects, here again I took the pictures with both, and I feel the exposure, at least on my face, was done better with the Honor. And now I enabled the portrait mode on both the cameras, and the Honor actually makes the picture a lot brighter if you use the portrait mode. But again, you be a judge, which one do you guys like? Now I've zoomed in 200% on both the pictures to see how well is the edge detection, and I'm surprised that both these devices are doing a great job in edge detection if you use the portrait mode. This was taken when sun was slightly shining, and the Honor 9N picture is definitely more brighter, but again it boosts the color quite a bit in my opinion. For the Redmi Note 5 Pro, it doesn't expose that well on my face, and these are the pictures in the portrait mode in same conditions, and again both of them are doing a good job. And again, the Honor picture is a slightly more brighter than the Redmi Note 5 Pro. Here same situation in portrait mode, and yes, I like the exposure of the Honor, but in terms of background blur, I would give the slight edge to the Redmi Note 5 Pro. Now shooting the video side by side, on the left we have the Honor 9N, and on the right we have the Redmi Note 5 Pro. And as you can see, I'm walking, guys, and by default the Honor 9N was set to 720p, but I changed it to 1080p, and I'm just walking so that you can have an idea how is the video performance. And let's look at the focusing speed for both. Let me bring them near the object. Both are in focus, and out they are again in focus. Again, as you can see, both are doing in terms of autofocusing actually the job pretty well. Now recording this video with the front-facing camera of the Redmi Note 5 Pro, and the audio is also being recorded via its internal microphone, and I've set the resolution to full HD. Now recording this part of the video with the front-facing camera of the Honor 9N, and I've set it to full HD, that is 1080p. By default it will be set at 720p, but you have to disable the beauty option even in the video to get to the 1080p option. And this is a sample, and the audio is also being recorded via its internal microphone. Now I decided to take some sample shots in artificial lighting conditions, and in this scenario I would say both don't have the sharpest picture, but here the Redmi Note 5 Pro is doing better. Now I shut off the light, made it even more duller environment, and here again the Redmi Note 5 Pro is doing a better job. This was taken in my office and I was also surprised with the results. Notice how brighter the image is on the Honor 9N, and it's the same lighting conditions. And here I enabled the portrait mode, and even in the portrait mode, actually I was surprised both of them are able to do a decent job. In this picture, I feel the Redmi Note 5 Pro did a better job. Notice that YouTube mug, because of the nature of the Honor in overexposing, it just exposed it a little bit more, whereas the picture is more natural looking on the Redmi Note 5 Pro. So as you saw with those sample shots, I'm also surprised with the camera performance of this Honor 9N, particularly in outdoor lighting conditions. The exposure was done very well. The problem with the Redmi Note 5 Pro was that many times in outdoor lighting conditions, the exposure was not done well, and it was underexposing, specifically when we are taking shots of the human subject. In that aspect, I would say this was doing a good job. In portrait mode, yes, this was slightly overexposing, but again that is something that you have to decide if you like that look or not. And when we move to video, clearly with the rear facing camera, this Redmi Note 5 Pro is the winner, because for this Honor 9N simply does not have any stabilization. I hope with the software update they enable electronic stabilization, but as of now no stabilization is there on this one. Whereas when we move to the front facing camera video that we took outdoors, I was surprised with the results. Again, the exposure on my face, for example, I was doing that vlog style video, was better with this Honor 9N. So if you are on a very tight budget, I would say you can't spend more. Again, the camera is good enough on this Honor 9N. And yes, the camera performance actually surprised me. Obviously, the Redmi Note 5 Pro has overall, I would say, if you take into account, a better camera, and specifically if you take a lot more video with the rear facing camera. But in terms of looks and styling, definitely the Honor 9N looks like a premium device. And if you still have any specific questions regarding this device, do let me know in the comment section, because I'll also be posting the full in-depth review of this device in the next couple of days. So if you have any other specific questions, do post them in the YouTube comment section below, and I'll try to include them in my review. And if you guys are still not subscribed to my YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. This is Ranjit, and I hope to see you in my next video. Take care, guys.